doesn't matter what day it is, right, guys? It doesn't matter. It could be any day of the week. It could be a Monday. It could be a Tuesday. It could be a Saturday, a Sunday. It could be a day we don't know about. Leprechaun Day. I don't know.
What?
But you know what happens?
Are you saying it could be any of these days? What
It could be
are you talking about?
Valentine's Day, Christmas morning day, days that end with a Y when you're with somebody that makes you feel special.
Days of our lives.
Days of our lives.
Days of our
like
lives.
sands through the hourglass.
There it is. Oh, we almost said it at the same time. That was cool.
Oh, it was close.
All those days are included on days that we have a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing we'll talk about is Eminem. Eminem, Slim Shady himself, is releasing his first single off his new 12th album on Friday. That's right, it's called Houdini. And this whole album talked about before, it's about killing Slim Shady. So it's like, will Slim Shady be done after this? We don't really know, but that's the name of the album, The Death of Slim Shady. And he had a little tweet, he came out there, he said, well, for my last trick, I'm going to make my career disappear. So, is this the end of him, or maybe just another good stunt coming forward? Probably a great stunt. I'm hoping it's a great album. But the first track, the single, is released on Friday. Another one, the rest of it comes out later this summer. But something else says later, and will eventually come out. I don't really know. Is Blade, because Blade now is having more script rewrites again, which they just can't win. It's Mahershala Ali. How you say his name, Sean?
There you go.
I'll just butcher it. I'll just butcher
close.
everything.
Close enough.
Oh, it's so close. But he's still attached to this whole thing. And they've gone through multiple script rewrites because he hasn't been happy with it. They fired directors. They changed. Remember, I was working on Ant-Man Quantumania, and they had let go, like, the first AD who was working on Ant-Man. He was supposed to go to Atlanta. He got there. He started working, and then they fired him, and they had to replace him. So they've just been switching people constantly. And he's worked a lot for Marvel, so it doesn't make any sense. There's very indecisive about the script. It was supposed to come out in November of 2023, delayed to February 14th, 2025. And it's like, will it come out in 2025? I don't really know if it will. We'll have to wait and see. But now officially, it was December, now it's February, now it's pushed to November 7th, 2025. There's just so many days for this. I hope it does come out, and there's rumors he might be in Deadpool, but we'll have to wait and see. Everybody's rumored to be in there too. But, maybe there's need AI to write the script. Maybe it'll work out. But I mean, Netflix might be happy with that because, Ted was talking about this, and he was saying that he doesn't hate AI. He thinks it's a great thing, and he thinks that it's not going to take humans' jobs away. But the humans that don't actually work with AI are the ones that lose their jobs. So those are the people that just can't advance. If you can't figure out how to work with it, integrate it into your career, then you're not going to have a job moving forward, because that's what you need, he says, to make this AI work and this AI machine for Hollywood. I just think that it's going to be a good tool to move forward, but we just got to be careful with it, of course, as we talk about a million times on here. That's Jeffrey Wright, because he was over there in Westworld, and of course, AI was really messing shit up over there and blowing some bitches up. But now Jeffrey Wright is coming over there to take on his role from the Last of Us video game. That's right. Season 2, he's coming on to play the same role that he had voiced over for the video game Last of Us 2, which is insane. Isaac coming back for the character of Isaac.
The VO. I didn't realize.
The VO.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did the VO, the Washington Libertarian Front. He's coming to be the leader of the militia once again, to be the live action version. I think it's fantastic. If you got a character, a caliber actor like him, why would you not bring him back in? So pretty fantastic news for the gamers and for, I would say, the audience too, because it's a big talent to move on for this. But, actors are fucking great. But sometimes they say they can retire them, they actually don't. And that's what's about Dylan Minnette, because if you know 13 Reasons Why, he was lead this. I remember he did a couple different shows, but 13 Reasons Why, the character of Cole, he was on there for the whole time. He said he got burnt out and he retired to go play music. And he says he might come back, but if you're wondering where he's been recently, he said he's got his band right now, and he's going to let that simmer for a while. And as long as they're having a good time, if that gets stale, maybe he'll come back to acting. But honestly, these actors, they say they can retire, but they never actually do retire. So again, a lot of people love being your spot, man. You're in a freaking great show like that, big limelight. You walk away. It might be tough coming back, but hopefully it works out for you. But it wasn't tough for Jim Parsons to step back into being Sheldon, because he did come back for one more run. It hasn't aired yet, but they have shot it. And it's the final of all this. And I know he said that for him, it's probably it. But he said never say never. He did have a fun time coming back to shoot. And people keep asking him, he was being interviewed, and he said this reincarnation, it's a next life for this character, but never say never, but life is long. Hopefully it's long, God willing, and I don't know what the future does bring. So hopefully
Old Sheldon
might come back. We got old. That's a good spinoff right there. Old Sheldon is perfect. Maybe that's what David Lynch is working on. Probably not. But David Lynch said he's got something brewing, everybody. Something brewing. Something in the air, David Lynch. Of course, the last thing that came out from him, it's been a little bit of time. That was, of course, the latest edition of what's that? Twin Peaks. Yeah, it was Twin Peaks: The Return. But now he's got something lingering, something happening in June. He's wrapped it up. There's been talk about some kind of animated production that he's been working on, trying to pitch and sell. So maybe that's what it is. But he hasn't said much beyond that. He put a little Instagram post up there. Let's wait and see what it is. Hopefully it's good. David Lynch, I expect big things from you. I hope it's good. I also expect big things from Lady Gaga and Joker too, because being a musical, it makes sense that she would be Lady Gaga. I mean, it makes sense, character casting for me. Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic in this role. She came forward to say it's her own adaptation, something different you've never seen before, and she felt very close to the character because it just felt like it was meant to be. And I do hope that it's great. I had some people at work one day talking about how what's going to be bigger, like this, or maybe something else. Like, what can beat this year? Like, what's going to be the biggest box office smash? People are saying maybe Furiosa, and that didn't do that well. So, yeah, that's not going to be it. Maybe it'll be Gladiator 2. That comes out this year as well. Maybe that will be something bigger. I don't know. But I hope this is going to be great, and I can't wait to see her as Harley Quinn. But speaking of crazy psychopathic people, I want to talk about the Rebel Moon makeup artist boyfriend who just stabbed her like 20 fucking times and tried to kill her. Now, this is fucking nuts. This is one of those things where she was working on Rebel Moon makeup artist for multiple years, and Ali Shehorn, and she met this background artist. They apparently hit it off, and then just recently she was found on her bathroom floor, stabbed like 20 times. And luckily she survived, everybody. She made it through. She's been in intensive care, the last surgeries, and she has survived this whole thing. He was on the run, and they actually caught him like in Texas on his way to Mexico trying to escape. Piece of shit that he is. There's a GoFundMe page out there for her right now. There was a restraining order against him already when this went down. Stabbed her in the neck, arms, and across the abdomen. So pretty fucked up 20 times. I'm happy she's okay, and our thoughts and prayers go out to her. But speaking of stabbing, I Know What You Did Last Summer is coming back, everybody, and Jennifer Love Hewitt is in negotiation.
Great segue, as always, Brian. Yeah.
Speaking about coming back, she's talking to them. She's had multiple phone conversations. They're pretty much, we have great ideas for you. And she says she's not locked in yet, but she's very excited and tantalized to come back to this role one more time because she knows what they did last summer still in this reboot. So hopefully it's good. If you love the franchise, ready for her to come back maybe one more time. She's saying it's a good possibility. And you know what? Good for her. Because somebody that actually probably never wants to come back to South Park is Lizzo, everybody. But I don't know if you saw this. South Park had the whole thing about Ozempic. And I'm going to play you something for a second because Lizzo was on this. And they're saying if you can't afford Ozempic, you can get the Lizzo. Chuck E. Cheese is having some issues with their animatronics being taken away. And there was an outroar about this, everybody. The ban, the Chuck E. Cheese ban. And so Chuck E. Cheese is now restoring them for 5 locations. So if you miss that creepy Freddy Got Fingers, and I say Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic mess, it's still going down with all the characters. You know, Chuck E. as the frontman, Jasper T. Jowls as the guitarist, Helen Henny as the vocalist, and Pascali as the drummer. I don't care if it's Mr. Munch on keyboard. I don't know about Mr. Munch. But you'll see them still in
band. Come on.
You can still see them in all their glory in Northridge, California, Nantucket, New York, Pineville, North Carolina, Springfield, Illinois, and Hicksville, New York. So guys, Chuck E. Cheese, the creepy machine, is here to stay. Bob, breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.